Good morning, guys. It's Thursday the 28th of January 2021. I'm just standing outside the allotment gate here now, and as you can see we have a hell of a puddle here, and we need to get some bags of chili or stone or something and get them in this track on this left hand side. This side's still fairly firm, but we really need to get this gully filled in now. We did come down here with a digger last year and we made this bit of a road, but now as we're bedding in with the car, we're getting some hollow spots which need some bags of stone in there. So what I'm going to have to start doing this year when the weather's drying out a bit is start coming up with some dry stone, bags of stone, and tipping them into this track just to level it out a bit and then pack it in with the car. So the reason I'm out here and starting out here is because I wanted to just show you this area that we had full of bramble and everything that I never got to show you properly in the last video, of just how good a job that strimmer blade and bramble whacker made of this. As you know, all this was all full of bramble right up here, guys, but as you can see now, there is still a couple of long loose ends. They are actually chopped off at the bottom, but I didn't want to go too close with the strimmer blade, so what I'll do is I'll pull those by hand, because they're threaded through the fence as well. They're interwoven in the fence. So what we'll do is we'll come along with a pair of little choppers. We'll just chop the last of these few bits here. They are, as I say, all whacked off down at the bottom, and it's just a case of pulling these through now, clipping them down into manageable sizes and pulling through, and then we'll probably run the strimmer over them again at a later date. Or the ride-on mower will come and mulch it up. And as you can see, there's just one or two ends. They are actually chopped off, as you can see. We just need to get them pulled through from the fence and chopped into smaller pieces so they go down here. Now at some point when it's dry, I'm going to have to come down here and clear up all the rubbish that's been left behind by people who just don't give a monkeys, basically. And then try and level it out in some way, shape or form, and then we can get the ride-on mower over here every summer and keep this at bay, keep those brambles down and stop them going up and through the fence like here. As I say, these are just little bits that's hanging in the fence, but they're chopped off, they're not going to grow, and that's the main thing. And we can do this when the weather picks up a little bit, but as you can see, there's a load of rubbish. But what a cracking job it made of this. It absolutely smashed this lot down in no time at all. It took me a couple of hours, but then I did anticipate that, and the struggle that we had with the strimmer in the first instance just made it a job long that was even longer. Now I had a good comment in there from Gareth Powell, who is a very good friend of mine, who I actually work with, is a work colleague, and he had said about weakening the mix of oil with the petrol. Gareth reckons there was a bit too much oil still in the strimmer, so what we'll do is we'll make the mix down to a 50-1 next time round. So we did go right up, as I say, all the way. We just need to get the ride-on mower down here now when the weather picks up a bit and the ground's a bit firm, and we certainly can't do it now, it'll sink. So that's a cracking job as far as I'm concerned. And that was one I was actually dreading, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's done now, and I'm pleased I got it done when I did, because the forecast, ironically, for these 2 days I'm off is pouring down rain. The rain has actually stopped at the moment, but it's been pouring down all morning. But for now, it's stopped. So I've come up here, and if the rain does come on again, then basically what we can do is we can do some inside jobs, painting, cleaning lofts, etc. And I just want to show you the new full stencil cock that we've got. He's now out in the aviary and he's quite enjoying this. It's just one of the fantails that we're keeping, and you can see the other full stencil, toy stencils in there. Right guys, I'll go and get sorted out and set up in the shed, and I'll catch you in a minute. Right guys, so these are the fantails that will be going on the website later today. I haven't got round to getting the photographs up yet. As I say, a number of them have paired themselves together now For instance, this saddleback, red saddleback cock has paired itself to the red saddleback hen on the left there. This one here hasn't got himself a mate. This is another red pied fantail cock, and he hasn't got himself a mate. It looks like out of the 9 that there's 4, there's 3 pairs at least, and the other ones are either cocks or hens. I know he's a cock because I've bred off him. He bred the little saddleback hen there. So yeah, these will be going up on the website later today, guys. So you remember in the last video as well, we got the polytunnel sorted out. Either the last video or the video before, I can't remember now. But what I did was I just threw everything back in here. I really couldn't be bothered carting it over to the garage, guys. So we just threw everything back in here. So I've still got this job to do as well and move. But we did get the bed finished as we said we were going to. And I also said in one of the, I think it was the last video, that I was trying to work out how I could put a little shelf in here for potting and storing seedlings. But it needed to be strong but light. I think I've come up with an idea with that. So at some point in the next couple of videos we will be building this bench as well, and hopefully getting that put into good use, ready for to start potting some seeds on. And then last but not least in here, I did decide to keep the chili. I threw all the peppers away, as you know, but I did decide to keep the chili, and that's just my milk for my coffee. I bring a fresh one up every day. So that's so we can go and have a cup of coffee now. So we've got 1 chili left, and I've clipped it right back, and I've literally just left it in here. We're going to see if this does actually come back, because I wanted to see on the experiment to what extreme they can fall back and then come back again, if that's at all possible, and more importantly, does it fruit in the second year. So I can afford the space of 1 plant, so we'll see how that goes, guys. Right, I'll catch you in the shed. As always, we've got the kettle on and the gas bottle in, and the secondary gas bottle sitting on the top. And the reason for that is because it is extremely cold again today. It is above freezing, but it's really, really cold. And when that happens, these gas cans, as most people will know that use them, the pressure in the cans drop significantly, and and the flame just dies away to nothing, more or less. But if you do this, you gently warm that gas can, which builds up the pressure, and then what we do is we keep alternating and swapping the 2 gas cans so that we can get the kettle boiled, and it works much quicker. It's a good little tip, but like I've said in previous video, guys, if you ever do this, never walk excuse me, never walk away and leave it unattended, and keep checking the gas can that it's only warm and not boiling hot, otherwise it will explode on you. So if you do use this method, guys, be very, very careful, and always check that the cans are only warm and not red hot. As you can see, guys, I've got my cup of coffee. Welcome to Alan's Allotment. I just want to start again by saying thank you very much for all the subscriptions, comments, likes. It really is really, really, really appreciated, guys. If it's your first time here, please do think about hitting the subscribe button, then the little bell icon on the right, and select all, and that'll alert you every time I put up a new video. This channel is a mixed content channel. I do videos around the growing area, how I'm progressing through the year in the polytunnel, in the no dig garden, and just some of the things that I do. Please be aware, I'm a novice. This is only something I've taken up later in life, and I'm still learning, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos myself. I do subscribe, and I do like, and I do comment, especially when good ideas are presented by the creator. It's the least you can do, I believe. If you watch a video and you find it of some use in any way, shape or form, I think the very least is we could get a like, even a dislike. It's still interaction, guys, and it just helps to boost the ratings of the videos and get them out there so other people can see them and benefit from them, perhaps. Not everybody's going to like what I produce, and that's fair comment. We don't expect you to subscribe if you don't like it, and move on. But if you do like the content and you do find it useful in some way, shape or form, I would appreciate you just taking 10 seconds to hit that subscribe button, then the little bell icon, select all, and it will alert you every time I put up a new video. You'll also see this year there's going to be more content around the rare coloured racing pigeons. Now I say racing pigeons, I still have a lot of the racing type pigeons. They don't race anymore, I don't race the birds anymore. But I decided when time constraints and all the rest of it didn't permit me to race anymore, that I would move into the colour breeding, and that's what I did. And I have a good selection of rare coloured pigeons which were at a considerable cost. However, I've got the stock now, and year on year we sell a few youngsters, and that just helps to balance the cost. I don't make any money out of this, guys, at all. It literally helps to pay the corn, and it literally helps to balance the cost of the outlay that I've paid for the birds themselves. So there will be more content coming up around that, and I'll try to make it a little more interesting around the breeding season, the colours, trying to explain, as I've said in earlier videos, around why I'm pairing this colour with that colour, what the expectations may be, and what it is I'm actually trying to achieve. So stay tuned if it's the pigeon videos that you're interested in. Like I said, you may not be interested in the allotment side of things, but if you're subscribed, at least you'll get a notification telling you what the video is about, and then you can choose to watch or not. Again, thanks for your subscriptions, guys. We're up to 223, I think it is at the moment. Let's see if we can get 1,000 before the end of the year. That would be really, really good. I've got my hopes high for that one, but you never know. Right, okay, babbling on again. So today, as I say, it's really, really cold. It keeps raining on and off. I'm not sure what I'm going to get done, but whatever we do get done, we'll give you a little look around when we're finished, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, be practical, and keep yourselves out of harm's way. See you later. Right, guys, so we're over in the garden. Just a quick update. So what I've done is you'll remember there was some of this green netting here that was been up for years. It had all decayed and fallen down. I've ripped it off and rolled it up. It isn't as decayed as I first thought it was, so we've rolled it up and it can be utilised at a later date. But ready to start plugging this gap down here with that bit of sheet there. We just need to get that levelled off a bit, and this screw to that one and the adjoining one to stop that rabbit and weasel coming in through this bottom hole there. As you can see, they are still digging round the beds, and they're still making a right old mess. And they're starting to bring all the soil and sludge up to the top again, guys. So yeah, we need to try and prepare to that, but that's just the first thing. And then what I've done is sorry if the wind's affecting this, guys, I'm trying to shield the microphone. So what I've done now is I've also put the cherry tree outside. I've put the little apple transplant that we put in, whether it'll come or not I don't know, outside. And we've put the dwarf pear tree outside as well now. So this is the cherry tree and the pear tree, the little apple transplantation, and I've also put the pomegranate out here as well now, guys, just in between. That's the little pomegranate tree that we've put out just between here. They will get potted on later, but for now it's just out here. So main reason for that was to make some room in the homemade greenhouse. And I've started cleaning the polytunnel down now, and I've had a bit of a tidy up in here, moved a lot of stuff out of here into the garage, stacked and tidied this a little bit better, just watered the grape in, it was a bit bone dry. Quick check on the orange and lemon trees are fine, and the peach and nectarines, and they're all still fine. And what I've done now is I've brought the little potting bench that we had last year in the polytunnel over here, so I can actually plant seeds and that in here to start them off if I want to. What I've done is I've left the seed trays in the polytunnel because I'm thinking I'm going to make a start on our bench in the polytunnel now. So I've just put all of those onto the other side bed until I get the fold away shelf built, guys. Right guys, so I decided I would make a start on the fence while it was dry, and the minute I did, it started to pour down. So I've got a little bit done, and it's another job I suppose, and hopefully it's going to stop the rabbit coming in here now, at least from the backside. So as you can see, we've put another piece of sheeting in here, and there was still a bit of a gap. I had to dig a little bit out here to try and get that in, and there's still a little tiny bit of a gap beside the fence, between where the fences meet, and I've drove screws from this board into the back board, but of course the screw thread is only holding on that material. Once we get the lat screwed into these as well, it'll sort of crimp them up, but there isn't really anything that the screws can get hold of on that side. What we might do once the lat's on is come back from that side and put one or two into the lats. Now the lat will obviously flex around this, and that's all we can do with this, guys. But like I say, I was about to make a start. I thought I'd crack on with this fence now while I can, and then it's just opened up from the high heavens again, so that's that job knocked on the head. Right guys, I can't believe how dark it's turned already. And it's only 1 PM in the afternoon, but it's gone really dark and miserable and really cold. I'm not sure we're going to get anything at all done today, guys, but we've got one or two little jobs done, I suppose. So I'm back in the polytunnel now, and as I said, that's just a bag of rubbish that'll be burned at a later date. So I left all the plant pots and seed trays and things like that over here, along with a bag of compost. We can move the water bottle. That's a nice easy job. But I've got myself a clear space now, and I've now taken the line on the other side down. It's there for use at a later date, just a case of stringing it back up and hanging it onto the hook at the end. So the idea, I'll just give you an idea of what I'm going to do, but I can't do the job because I don't have any slating lats. I do over in the garage, but they're 12 foot long and they're cut specifically for the job for the fence, and I don't want to cut those to have to buy the longer lengths again, which are more expensive. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do today is just go down home and catch the hardware store before it shuts and get some 8 foot lengths. And the idea is, you'll see I've now put a mark on the polytunnel framing, and one down here likewise. And the distance between those two marks in old money is 8 feet. Now that's more than enough bench space, I believe, to do what I want to do. And I have some of these brand new tunnelized decking boards outside that came back out of the chicken shed when we decided those extra perches weren't needed. And here they are. So I'm over in the chicken pen now. So basically we made this little set of extra perches in the chicken shed for when we had a lot of chickens at that time, and then they were just getting to be a nuisance for cleaning out and one thing and another. So we took them out and we put them out here, and we said we'll utilise that wood at a later date. And as you can see, the wood is all but brand new, guys, and this is a perfect opportunity to use this wood up. One, it'll be internal in the polytunnel, so it'll keep dry from here on in, and it should last a considerable amount of time. It is tunnelized wood as well. And because we build everything with screws, we'll just unloosen all the screws, get our timbers back, and then we've got our timbers sacrificed. And then what we're going to do with those, if they're long enough, and I'm just having my doubts now, there's two side rails, definitely will be, is I've decided we'll cut the lengths up to the bar, and we'll screw into the bottom board, kickboard, which is screwed to this frame and screwed to the wood below and solid. So we'll screw straight into there, and we'll come up here half and half, because that's our exact measurement. But what this allows me to do is to push the polythene away and drill 2 holes in here and down into the wooden structure. That then gives me a frame to screw to, and we'll do likewise with that side, and perhaps one in the middle, or even depending on if they're long enough, we'll use 3 or 4 across here. And then after that, we're going to make a very light frame of slating lats that you use on roofs, the slating lats. And I have an 8x4 sheet of this wire mesh left, guys, which is strong. It's really strong. It's really strong stuff. This it's galvanized steel, and of course water can drain through it. There's the other bonus. But that entire sheet won't be used. We're only going to use a 2-foot span, half of that sheet basically, to give us our shelf. So it will be very light indeed, and we'll put long screws into the slating lats, and we will have cross braces every so often across the entire length of the shelf to give it strength, and then it'll have a couple of legs on going down to the bed. And I perhaps might even make it so that when you lift the shelf up, the legs fall down on hinges and can be just tied back to the shelf itself. So that's the intentions. However, I haven't got any slating lats that are 8 foot long, and I don't want to go and cut those ones up over there. As I said, they're rather expensive, those ones, and they're already cut for a job, so we don't want to waste those and then have to go and buy the long ones again, because the 8 foot ones are much cheaper. Not only that, they're also the right size for the mesh, no cutting, so a quicker job ultimately. Yes, we'll have to cut the 2-foot cross members, but we'll get we're going to get 4 out of one length, aren't we? So I think we'll go and buy a bundle of 8-foot slating lats for to do this job, and the surplus will always come in handy for something else. So that's my intentions. Now the only drawback with this is I'm thinking the width of the polytunnel, I think it is 2 feet actually, but I've purposely made it not the full length, because I don't want to be catching myself as I come through the door, and I don't want to, and likewise I don't want to catch myself coming through this door either. So I want a good space that I'm not going to catch myself on the shelf, but I also need to bring it out far enough. So as you can see, the beds come out further than that, and it may mean that I need to reach over slightly, but as long as I get it at the right height, so I'm not bending me back, it should work as intended, guys. So that's another little project. We'll probably set you up on the tripod when we're doing that, and we'll maybe do some time-lapse or slow motion video and then just play it back at normal speed, which will speed it up, and you can see me trying to put this together. But for now, guys, I don't think I'm going to do anything else up here today. It's way too cold, way too dark. Yes, I could go in the loft, but I'm really not feeling it today. The weather is absolutely miserable. It's absolutely freezing, and I just don't see the point. It's not giving me any motivation at all, guys. Right, guys, it's turned into a right old miserable day. Sorry, we're not going to have a great deal of content today. I'm not feeling it now. It's put the mockers on it. I was hoping for some better weather today, and then we were going to get over there and get that fence lined. That was my intentions. However, we made a start, and the minute I did, it opened up from the high heavens. So it's put a damper on anything I was going to do, and I thought, okay, we'll go and start and do the shelf in the greenhouse. Only to find out I didn't have any 8-foot slating lats left, guys. So at least I've given you an idea of what I'm going to do, and that might be in the next video. Or if we get a fine day tomorrow, fingers crossed, I won't hold my breath though, we might get a start on that fence that I've been trying to do for weeks and weeks and weeks. We'll just have to see how it goes and play it by ear and see what the weather brings and whether or not we can get it sorted, guys. For now, stay safe, be practical, keep yourselves out of harm's way, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.